Alright, so there's a big misconception going around the internet and pretty much all across all social media platforms that the bus and van life is this easy life, that there's never anything that goes wrong, and once you do it, all of your life problems are gone. Well, that's kind of true because it is a bit easier and less expensive, but that doesn't mean that you go throughout your entire life without problems. When you look at Facebook and Instagram and you go across all these social media platforms, a lot of times you're gonna find photos of amazing boondocking spots, awesome hikes, and a lot of fun travels. And that is a true part to the lifestyle that we all have, but the other part to the lifestyle that we all have is a list of things to fix. I recently just got back on my school bus yesterday and I'm heading out to Colorado, and I have to do this entire list before I leave. School bus! Guys, look, I'm gonna convert that next. So don't get me wrong, going from a traditional residential lifestyle to a bus is going to be a big change, but honestly, it's not that much different. Sure, my house moves and yours doesn't, but if your water heater breaks, you have to fix it. If my engine breaks, I have to fix it. So just because you go into the bus or van life doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be all rainbows and awesome locations. There is a reality to the facts that things are gonna go wrong and you're gonna have to fix it. Hey Luke, how much cheaper is regular from diesel?
It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I hate you. This guy's paying $2.71 right now. Diesel's right there. It's $2.93 if you can't see it. Bus life rules. Fixing parts isn't exactly the most fun thing in the world. We just stopped by the Freightliner dealership to grab one of these levelers because it broke on my bus a while ago, and now we're over at the Home Depot to pick up some plumbing supplies because my bus kind of had a plumbing issue through the winter. Maybe something froze, I'm not really too sure, but we're gonna head inside, grab some parts, and get back to the bus to actually fix these things. How much fun is Home Depot, Luke?
It's all right.
Hey, that's a nice t-shirt from Schoolie Love.
Yeah, my boy Patrick.
Not this one. That's a good idea. Damn. Always. So we're back on the bus and Luke headed home. It started raining. If you didn't know, Luke is one of my really good friends from high school, and every time I come back to my parents' house or this area, he's always my ride to get around because, well, I only own a school bus. So thank you, Luke, for always driving me around and helping me out when I come back to the East Coast. But I wanted to show you a couple things that I've gotten wrong in the bus that I have to fix, just to show you some of the maintenance things that I have to deal with. So it doesn't always have to be, ooh man, is it? So it doesn't always have to be some major issue that you have to fix. For instance, my underbody box right here, the hinge snapped one time when I was driving, so I have to replace the hinge, fix that. If we come back to my rear garage, my water heater broke this winter. That was a part of the whole water system freezing, and I had to replace it. And as I was talking about before, the rear suspension leveler goes somewhere down there. You probably can't even see it right now, but I'll be crawling under there a little later to fix that guy. And last but not least, something that you probably all do to your cars, but these big old buses need to do as well, is an oil change. Take all 7 gallons, that's right, 7 gallons, and dump it on that engine and fill that guy up. So as you can see, it doesn't have to be this major issue that you have to fix. It really is just a lot of routine maintenance just to make sure that you're able to keep rolling down the road and get everything fixed while you're in a good environment. I really like to fix everything when I know I'm in a safe environment. Currently, I'm parked in my parents' house, so it's a really good opportunity for me to just rip the entire bus apart, fix everything I can before I get back on the road, because it is way easier to fix it here in my parents' driveway than either on the side of the road, in a Home Depot parking lot, or in a rest area. So if you have the opportunity to park somewhere safe for a little bit, it is a great time to actually go and fix all these things. So it just started raining, so I have to retreat to the inside of the bus and get some work done in here. So it looks like I'm gonna start painting, and I'm gonna be painting that, and that, all of that, that right up there, some of this back here. So I'm sitting here painting the school bus, and one of my friends decided to show up, Scott. I've got to say, living on the road is fun, but when you come to your hometown and spend some time, people start hearing that you're home and they just want to come hang out. I just want to say thanks, Scott, for showing up and helping me paint a little bit. Also, little spoiler for the next upcoming week, Scott's in PA school, but he's got the summer off. He's actually going to be coming on the bus with me out to Colorado, so you'll be seeing a bit more of him. All of the painting is almost done. The front of the bus is kind of done. I got to do some faces. I also made like a complete mess on the floor, so a tip to anyone who wants to paint their school bus, don't do what I did, cover the floors, because now I gotta clean them later and that kind of just stinks. So painting's a pretty easy task and most people can handle that on their own. And I know that when I'm talking about all the maintenance and problems that you gotta deal with on the road, a lot of you are probably going straight to the engine problems, the roadside problems and things like that. And that can be a serious concern. But the thing is that, you know, there's these big old engines that we have to work on, but how many people live in traditional houses and have no clue how to do plumbing or electrical or anything in their house? And guess what? They still live in a house. So I really don't think that there's really an excuse or a thing to say like, I don't know how to work on diesel engines, because guess what? Just like there's electricians, there's diesel mechanics. And if you don't have all these skills to be able to take care of these things, you can just go find someone who can help you. I think it's about time that I finally get that water pump in as well, so we can get some water back on this bus, because like I said in this video, I'm heading to Colorado and I gotta get this thing up and running. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, sure, I can just go find a diesel mechanic, but that's gonna raise my expenses like tenfold, because it's not gonna be as cheap as me being able to fix it myself, or so on and so forth. But the thing is I don't think the question is really about cost. I think it's about the mindset that we go into the lifestyle with. If we go into it just expecting all those perfect Instagram shots and great camping locations and just fun every single day, you're gonna be a little disappointed when you find out that not every single day is perfect. There are days where your bus is gonna overheat or your van blows a tire and things just happen. And I think if you go into it with the right mindset of kind of taking each day as it is and enjoying the troubles and journeys that the road gives you, you're gonna have a much better time doing it and you're gonna succeed way better. So it looks like the water system is all fixed, which is great news, but I wanted to go back to what we were just talking about the purpose of being on the road. So I know that being on the road can be a scary thing for a lot of people because you may not have all of these skills on hand. If you break down on the side of the road, if you know how to fix it, or if something inside of your rig breaks and you have to fix it. And I know that can be a really scary thing for a lot of people, but like I was just saying before, I think it's about the attitude and purpose you go into it with. A lot of people on the road that I meet share some of the same characteristics in that we don't necessarily all have the same skills, we don't all have the same personalities or personality types, but we do all share the same spirit of kind of going out there, getting a little uncomfortable, learning some new things, just asking for help when we need it to make this lifestyle happen. And I think that's something that you really need to think about if you're going in this lifestyle is, do you just have the ability or really just have the drive to say, this is what I want, and I'm gonna figure out how to do it. All right, so that's fixed, that's fixed. Most of this is painted. I put the cushions back in. But I think it's about time that I actually get back to some of this work, end up this video, and I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope that going through some of the background of what I have to go through in a day can be very helpful to you, because honestly, sometimes I just post all the happy points and you don't actually see that I'm working on this thing. I'm consistently doing things to this bus to make sure that it's in its best shape so that I can ensure that it's going to do well on the road and well when I'm out there in those camping spots that you see me in. So once again, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.